I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, you know, sometimes when we're dealing with men and stuff, and maybe you go to their house and stuff, you kind of like act like a mouse, like trying to not be seen because it's like maybe the way you're interacting maybe isn't ideal. You know what I mean? The romanticized version. You guys aren't married, so literally, what you hanging out with him? Exactly. So, but instead of just being like, hello, good evening. Just like, hi, I'm so-and-so. Hi, nice to meet you. I feel like that they'll be like, whoa.
How are you?
I definitely used to hide in niggas' bedrooms like the whole day. Like
Me
I would
too.
be in the crib for like
That's
24 hours and never come out. Like,
and you know what? That's exactly how their parents will start to judge you.
Right.
If you're always in the bedroom. Now, they're not going to take you seriously. Like, you just a little thought that he's fucking, you know? You're not the wife.
Coming out for meals and shit. And like
coming out for water like R. Kelly. Sorry.
Too soon, Becky. It's too soon, Becky.
You're going to get us flagged.
Immediately.
I'm sorry, but that's what I just thought.
It's
you
too
locked
soon.
You're just a sex slave in the house.
You literally are, though.
No, but it wasn't.
Can I get some?
I mean, it was like
Is
that, but it
anybody out
wasn't.
there?
You know what
It was
I'm
by
saying?
choice? You would bed by choice?
I was in the bed by choice. I didn't fuck with your whole squad, bro. Like,
that's the opposite of
niggas
taking
was
up
out
space.
here, you know what I'm saying, trying to hide because I didn't rock with you. Like, I didn't like any of your mans. So I
don't need them to know that I'm here, but
I
I'm
didn't.
here.
Yo, I remember
Even
like
though I'm
someone
here.
walked past the room, like, and it was like 12 a.m. They're like, yo, Shawan, I've been here since 4. You've been in here this whole time. I'm like,
you can't see me.
bro, I don't even know how I didn't eat for 8 hours, bro. I did not step out.
He didn't bring you no food?
He just saw no food underneath the door.
Snacks. I came in with mad snacks. I was like, yo, I don't want to speak to any of your friends.
Like, I'm coming here, but I don't want to talk to anybody.
I am
crazy.
here.
But look, that's like,
people.
but I feel like that's like taking up space, but not taking up space at the same time. Like, you took up the whole bedroom and made your own like safe haven.
Yo, I didn't like any of the people there, so I didn't want to speak to them. So I'm
That's
like, I'm gonna
crazy.
stay in my spot for 21 days.
I have one question. Do you guys think there's there is such a thing as taking up too much space? Like overstepping?
Yes,
Absolutely.
We just talked about our 21-day stay. I think
that is
a starting point.
Because I feel like the more
Maybe day
comfortable,
22, day 20
Yes.
was the starting point.
I feel like the more comfortable you get in somebody's bed, like the more you start taking up, you know?
Oh, yeah, they
start
be
taking
sick.
more blanket. You start moving past the halfway mark, you know?
You start cleaning up and
now
organizing.
You're only cuddling on his side, you know? Like, definitely. And I learned, like, niggas really don't like to cuddle like that. Like, they don't want to cuddle the whole fucking night. And I'm just like, all I want to do is, like, be in your arms the whole night, you know? Like,
right, same.
So understanding that maybe like they need their space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Like
that's
I guess you
blasphemy.
can make space for other people too, like, you know what I mean? If
think
you're
it's-
always focused on taking up space, then that's maybe not be fair, like in a relationship.
Becky, I need you not to be logical.
I'm just saying.
Taking up too much space could also be I just had
A sign of an insecurity? Is that where you were gonna
no,
leave
taking
it?
up too much space
Oh.
could be you overstepping their boundaries. Like,
Yeah.
if they don't like something, and you just obnoxiously be like, oh, well, I'm gonna do it anyway because this is what
Like, I'm not touching you,
Yeah.
like shit like that. And
You
it's
better
just,
cut it out.
And-
Stop exposing me.
and then it's just like that's when it becomes toxic. I think that's like a clear sign of that, like overstepping each other's boundaries. But I think it takes knowing what those boundaries are first.
true,
You know what I mean?
and them being vocal about what their boundaries are.
True.
What you want to say? I see it.
What you thinking? What you
We
thinking?
both like,
First of all, I know I'm not right, mind you. Like, I know that.
But you like, I still have to say it.
Being a full tourist, I'm like, I know that I'm just trying to like be the advocate for the wrong side right now. But I'm like, I think a lot of the times in my case in the past, like I'm saying a couple months ago, because I'm gonna be honest with myself,
That's
like
the past.
I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It is the past, but I wasn't respecting people's boundaries because I almost didn't necessarily value the idea of men having boundaries. Because I know, don't flag us. Don't flag us.
I know exactly what she's talking
But
about.
I really just want to talk
Yes.
about it because, like, for me,
Yes,
in my
yes.
situation, like, months ago, I didn't respect him having boundaries, right? So, because I didn't respect him having boundaries, I just was kind of like, I would go overboard on certain shit. And he would just be like, yo, I really just told you I really don't like that. You're doing, like, you do X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, yo, he should be blessed that I'm even here. Like, what are you talking about? And so, but don't judge me. That's what.
no, I'm
that's
doing
really
that
how I
because
felt.
no, I'm doing that because I don't know. Like, we never listen to when men say stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And we expect them to listen to us.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me,
I had that same with my ex before. Well, the one before Anthony. That's the problem I had, but I didn't realize until weirdest part until you just fucking said, I was like, wait, hold the fuck up.
Yeah, I didn't respect
that
it.
could be me disrespecting his boundaries.
Right.
Very dominant. You want to be more, a little bit, not dominant, but just, don't step over his masculinity.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's because you're insecure in your masculinity that I can't be all of this. And it's like, no, bitch.
But no, you just need to be level-headed. And I think I understand what you're saying, because up until Becky saying that, I was like, yeah. I used to tell Becky stories like, yeah, this fool, But then I'm hearing Becky talking, I'm like, dang, I was really being a fool. Like, I was outside being stupid, because you were telling me that this is where you stood, and I couldn't, with my ego, allow me to, like, respect your boundaries or your space. So I would come in and I would naturally command space, because that's, like, me. I naturally, like, command things, or, like, without realizing that I'm doing it. Like, oh, okay, I want X, Y, and Z. This is how I want it. This is how I want to be treated. But I wasn't equally treating somebody else that way, because I'm like, you got boundaries. Like,
it's because
you know how long it takes women to set boundaries. So for a man to be like, oh, I got boundaries, it's like.
That's
and then we
these
also
new men that's reclaiming their shit. Like we're just like,
oh, so
because we don't be seeing them as people,
Yeah.
We only see them as boyfriend. They're in this one category
husband,
as boyfriend or
not
husband.
even boyfriend. Husband.
But like,
Becky, let me
it's
live
not-
today.
Me,
on
no,
this
it's
air.
me too,
Realistic,
sis. It's me.
It's just not realistic to just only hold them to that standard and not see that they're also a person just like us too. So yeah, that all just sounds like toxic femininity.
That's what I was gonna
I've
say. It definitely
been
sounds
there.
like that. I've definitely been there too. I think for me it's more so like when I'm dealing with men and I just already have an idea of what I want from them or of how the situation is gonna play out. So I'm only seeing them as this.
Right.
So I'm putting myself in this space in your life, but it's just like, even though you're telling me, like you were saying, they're telling me this, they're telling me that, I'm looking at them and I'm just like, I'm gonna do this anyway. Overlooking, you don't know what you're saying. You really mean this. It's like kind of like a delusional thing. Like you really mean this. You're saying this, but you really mean. So you're saying you don't want to, and you know what? It's not until I was on the other side of that situation where it's just like I'm communicating something to someone and they're just like, yeah, okay, you're saying no, but I'm hearing not yet. But it's like, no, I'm saying no. So it's like we need to.
Was that me, sis?
That was definitely me.
Wow. It was me. It was
guys.
me.
It was all of us.
It's all.
I need to hold hands now, MJ.
They say that we're crazy because we make up shit.
Yeah.
And as we grow, we realize we're making up shit, and that's why we get married so young sometimes too, because we're making up shit the whole time until we
I almost said
and then we
cut
get
it
in a
out.
marriage and we're like, wait, I thought you were
working on the
we're
the
like
fifth ring.
We're like we see what we want
screaming.
in our head, and then once we get married, we're like, wait, aren't you this? And he's like, no, I've never been that. I've always been this. You've been around, getting on my nerves, trying to make me be something I'm not, but staying around. So what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, so I think it definitely takes the accountability in conversations like this, because I know men probably never heard women say shit like this. Like, hey, maybe I did overstep in your life, and I did apologize to a man definitely too. Like, you know what? You're telling me no, just because I don't want to hold I don't want to think that, not even the guilt, because I feel like what ends up happening is you overstep your space in a man's life, right? And then all of a sudden they ain't shit. Like you said, you should be honored that I'm here, and because you aren't, you are obviously ain't shit, and you fucked up, and you have fucked up logic, and you have all this stuff, and it's just like, hey, maybe I always told you I was in this place, and maybe you're the fucked up one for not listening to me. You know what I mean? So I think I literally, no, this is me. Literally, this is my life. This is literally what happened to me this year. Like, so I literally had to apologize. Like, you know, like, I'm sorry for not even listening to what you're saying and like romanticizing everything and like just putting myself in a position to where now I'm sad about all this stuff, and I'm feeling all these types of ways about you. Exactly, when it was my fault. You did not do anything to put me in this situation. Yeah, we have a connection, but that doesn't mean I'm supposed to make this fantasy in my head.
Wow, I need that transcripted for my apology text.
That's why we do this.
High key.
That's why we do this podcast.
High key.